Good evening. My name is Christina Choe. I'm the writer-director of Nancy. I've always been really obsessed with hoax stories and any story about people who lie about their identity. From the literary hoax of J.T. Leroy to Clark Rockefeller, a man who lied about being part of the Rockefeller family, to Tanya Head, a Spanish woman in New York who lied about being a 9/11 survivor. And I never get tired of these stories, but the one thing that always eluded me was the psychology behind this kind of deception. What kind of person is capable of doing this? So this is what inspired me to start writing about Nancy. Nancy is a 40-year-old woman who is living at home with her elderly, abusive mother, Betty. And because she is desperate for love and connection, she creates these very elaborate lies as a way to get close to people. So at the beginning of the film, she has created this fake online blog, and she talks about this baby that she's about to give birth to, who has an illness and will be born severely defected and die within a few hours or days. And immediately she gets the empathy and the sympathy from her followers online. And she ends up meeting one of these people in real life, another blogger named Jeb. Jeb is recently divorced and emotionally broken from the recent death of his daughter, who also died from this disease. And when they meet in person, Nancy and Jeb immediately fall for each other as they share their trauma. Soon after this, Nancy's mother, Betty, dies, and Jeb finds out it was all a lie. So he confronts Nancy and breaks up with her, leaving Nancy completely devastated and alone. And as Nancy's trying to deal with the loss of these two people in her life, one night she's watching TV and she sees on the local news an older couple, and they're talking about the scholarship fund that they've created for their long-lost daughter who went missing 35 years ago. So Nancy convinces herself and the parents that she may be their long-lost daughter. And as she becomes closer and closer to the parents and gets the unconditional love she's been looking for her whole life, her lies begin to unravel and threaten the one true connection she's ever had.
Hello, my name is Gerry Kim, and I'm the producer of Nancy. I've known and worked with Christina for almost 5 years now. Met back at Columbia University in New York, where I produced and collaborated with her on several of her short films, some of which have shown internationally and domestically around the world, including Telluride and South by Southwest. And the one thing that I've always admired about Christina's work is that there's this emotional clarity that sort of pervades her filmmaking, whether if it's in the characters or storytelling or the themes. So when she approached me last year with a script, I was very excited to jump on board immediately, not because of our previous working relationship, but also because I too am very fascinated with hoax stories, and together we sort of investigated why we were so fascinated with these themes. But as we were developing the script, we sort of questioned and were confronted with the idea, why would an audience member be so interested in such a despicable character like Nancy, who lies on a daily basis and commits these frauds and hoaxes? And the deeper we delved into Nancy's character and also in the surrounding characters in the story, we came across this theme that was apparent throughout the script, which was this theme of lying. All of us lie in our daily lives. Some of us lie to move ahead in the world, to cheat, some for political reasons, while others of us lie for more subtle, more socially acceptable reasons, such as to push past some sort of sadness in our life, or to get through depression or some sort of trauma. And it's with these themes that we sort of were most excited about when we were developing script, and were fleshed out actually here at the Biennale with the help with our mentors. And coming out of this week, we feel very, very strong about our script, and we are confident that we can shoot early next year in 2014. We would be shooting the movie primarily in the New York City area. I've been working in New York City as a location manager and scout for independent film, television, and most recently, this past July, I just finished production on a micro-budget feature. So I have the experience and resources to make something like this a reality. And with the network that Christina and I have built, we are confident that we can build a visually striking and emotionally engaging film. One thing to add is that we've also brought into our production team a producer by the name of Alicia Vancouvering, whose previous work includes Tiny Furniture, directed by Lena Dunham, and Drinking Buddies, which was recently released by Magnolia. And Alicia's role is primarily to help package the film for us and for casting. And why this is important is that we're telling a very emotionally engaging and character-driven piece that heavily relies on good actors and actresses to come in. So with their help, we're looking to cast very powerful actors who can create these performances and translate our script to screen.
Visually speaking, I envision shooting the beginning section where Nancy's at her house in a more composed, framed shooting style to represent Nancy's artifice of lies up until she goes to Ellen's house, which is in the countryside, in a more organic, handheld, and with long takes to represent Nancy's emotional journey towards truth and self-awareness. As a female filmmaker, I'm really excited that to make this film about a female anti-hero. I think that you see a lot of male anti-heroes in TV right now, in cinema, and I just want to see a really complicated female character. And I think that even though, you know, you may be captivated and shocked by her behavior, I think at the end of the film you might be surprised to see part of yourself in her.